It's time to move on to the next section. We're going to discuss T and B cell activation and T cell mediated response and humoral immunity. So let's enjoy this. So before we get started, we're going to have a quick review of the cytokines involved in T cell functions. So we're going to talk about the cytokine, the principal action, and the cellular sources. So first, interleukin 2. The principal action here is what? The principal action of interleukin 2 is survival, proliferation, and differentiation of effector and regulatory T cells. And the cellular sources of these cytokines are CD4 and CD8 T cells. Okay, next, interleukin 4. What is the principal action of interleukin 4? The principal action of interleukin 4 is B cell switching to IgE. And the cellular sources here are the CD4 cells and mast cells. Okay, let's move on to interleukin 5. What is the principal action of interleukin 5? The principal action of interleukin 5 is the activation of eosinophils. And the cellular sources here are CD4 T cells and mast cells, which is the same as for interleukin 4. Next, interferon gamma. What is the principal action of interferon gamma? This is the activation of macrophages. And the cellular sources here are CD4 and CD8 T cells and natural killer cells. So a little bit different than interleukin 4 and interleukin 5. Here, interferon gamma not only does CD4 and T cells like interleukin and leukin 4, but it also has natural killer cells. And remember that interleukin 4 and interleukin 5, the sources of that are CD4 T cells and mast cells. Next, Tgf-Beta. What is the principal action of Tgf-Beta? This is the inhibition of T cell activation, differentiation of regulatory T cells, and the cellular sources of Tgf-Beta are the CD4 T cells and many other cells. So there you have it. So can you remember what is the principal action of interleukin 2? This is the survival, proliferation, and differentiation of effector and regulatory T cells. And what is the principal action of interleukin 5? This is the activation of eosinophils. What is the principal action of interleukin 4? This is B cell switching to IgE. And how about Tgf-Beta? What is the principal action here? This is the inhibition of T cell activation and differentiation of regulatory T cells.